In this video, we will learn how to convert the general form parabola to vertex form. Alright, so for example, here is a general form parabola. General form is, it doesn't have any parentheses that are being squared. Everything is just on its own, spread out. So we need to take this and somehow transform it into a form that looks more like this. We've seen this before. We will either have like x minus h squared is equal to 4p times y minus k. Alright, this would be vertex form. But sometimes the y is squared. And so we'll have y minus k squared is equal to 4p times x minus h. Alright, now in this case the y is squared. So this is the form that we're shooting for. Now, so I don't think it matters whether we have it this way or if we have the 4p on this side. Okay, but this is what we're trying to accomplish. And the key is we're going to be completing the square. We're going to be completing the square. So we need to get the y part. See how the y is squared? Whatever is the variable that's being squared, alright, you want to get those variables on one side of the equation by themselves. So I could accomplish that by subtracting 5 from both sides. That's going to give me x minus 5 is equal to y squared minus 6y. Okay? Now, I'd really like to have this y squared part on the left side of the equation because I'm more comfortable with having y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h, because this is what we've been practicing. So I'm just going to change side. I'm just going to reverse the entire equation. Hope that doesn't bother anybody. So if I just reverse the entire equation, then I'm going to have y squared minus 6y, notice how I'm leaving a gap here, is equal to x minus 5. I just flipped the equation around. Now I'm going to complete the square. That's how you make these parentheses happen. So half the middle squared. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to add 9 on both sides. Make sure you do both sides. So if I factor this, completing the square guarantees that it's going to factor as the same thing twice. In this case, y minus 3 times y minus 3. Over here, I'm going to wind up with x plus 4. Now, this is, well, I guess I might as well leave it right here. This is y minus 3 squared. So that's y minus 3 squared is equal to x plus 4. And that's it. Sometimes we have to factor out a GCF over here. Like for example, if this had been 2x plus 8 instead of just x plus 4, I would have pulled out the 2 and that would have left x plus 4. Okay, and that would be part of it. But there is no GCF and x is just sitting there by itself. So that means that the number in front must be a 1. So there it is. This is the standard form, vertex form. Okay, let's look at another example. This time the x is squared, so focus your eyes on that. So you see x squared, and here's another x term. So this part needs to be together on one side of the equation. We're going to move these two things to the other side of the equation. Just get them out of there. So I'm going to subtract y from both sides, and I'm going to subtract 40 from both sides. Okay, so that is going to give me x squared minus 12x, leave a space, is equal to negative y minus 40. Alright, now I'm going to complete the square. So half the middle squared. So half of 12 is 6. 6 squared is 36. Alright, half the middle squared. So as soon as I add 36 on the left, I know I have to add it on the right. Alright, so this is going to factor as the same thing twice. It'll be x minus 6 times x minus 6. So that means we will have x minus 6 squared equals. Now, if this was just y minus 4, that would be okay. But you can't leave a negative sign on that y like that without parentheses. So we're going to factor out that negative sign as though it were a negative 1, which really it is. So we're going to factor out negative 1 outside the parentheses. And if we do that, on the inside, that's going to leave positive y, because it's like we're dividing. You know, we're taking negative y minus 4. When you pull out that negative 1, you divide. So we're dividing both of these by negative 1. Negative y divided by negative 1 is positive y. And negative 4 divided by negative 1 is positive 4. Alright, just imagine doing the distributive property. Would it get you back to where you started from? Sure, negative 1 times y is negative y. Negative 1 times positive 4 is negative 4. Okay, so this is the equation in vertex form, except we don't really put the 1 here. We'll just put a negative sign. Okay, so put a box around that, and you are done. Alright, if somebody asked me for the vertex, I would say positive 6, comma, negative 4. Here endeth the lesson.